register. Then another way you can get contracts through the private sector is by going onto CQC website and building up your care home base, for example. And I also, and my clients have got contracts as well this way. And like I said, one client, we just got a training program. We're only in the second week. And in the first week, they followed the instructions and they got 2 positive leads. Okay, so going to build a database. So what you need to do, you can pay loads of money or you can do it yourself. You just started out, so you don't have thousands of pounds to pay for a database. And this is what I did. I didn't just jump and pay for a database. I started doing things myself. Okay, I'm on CQC website, and I'm going to put the link here in the chat box so that you can follow along as well. So you're on CQC database, okay? So look here, because there's care homes that you can be approaching as an organization so that you can get work for your staff members. You've taken staff members on, then you need to find them work. And this is one way of doing that. There's also another way of doing that as well. I've got a new web class, which is in 2 weeks' time. I hope you do register for that. It is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be amazing. You really will like it. I know you will. Okay, so I'm on CQC database. I'm here where it says find and compare services. So I'm looking here at the type. I've clicked drop down menu, care homes. I've then gone into the location and distance. I put London. I put my radius as 25-mile radius, because it's not me delivering the care, it's your staff members that will be delivering the care. So it doesn't need to be on your doorstep. That's one thing you need to remember, is it's not you that's delivering the care, it's your staff members. Yes, you're going to go and interview staff members, and sometimes you have to drive there, you have to go there, and it may be 2 hours drive, for example, to interview the staff members. But that's where the contract is. That's where you need to be able to interview staff members as well. But you're not going to be there doing that every day. You could even once a week arrange to drive there and meet up with your staff members, have a staff meeting. You can do it online as well once you've interviewed them. Then you click search. And I've just clicked search. So now it's given me 2,078 results. Type in the chat box yes if you are doing this as I'm talking right now. I want to know who's determined here. Type yes in the chat box. Let's see. Yes, thank you. Yes, good, good, excellent, excellent, wonderful. Now that I know that you've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you another way that you can get staff members as well. Okay, after I've showed you how to build your database. Thank you, good. That's what I like. This is an interactive workshop. It's a learning. It's about you doing, not just watching me. Like I said, I'm not like a TV show. This is real life. This is how you can get business in for your organization and your staff members. You've got staff members that you've taken on that are looking for work, that are relying on you. There's a community as well that's relying on you, that need your services, your team members that can deliver a wonderful service. They need your support. You work together and partner together with different teams, then you'll be able to support and uplift one another. Everyone is happy together. Okay, so thank you for saying yes in the chat box. That really does help me big time, because I want to help you to move and get your business to where it needs to be. So I found 2,078 results. I don't know how many you found. So you're looking at approaching these care homes for work, for example. Now, I'm not saying just be on the phone all day, 24/7, 7 days a week. No, you do it Monday to Friday, and you don't have to be on the phone every day. Okay, go out at least 2 days a week to get some fresh air for yourself. Exercise. I mean, I would do it every day, tell you the truth. Exercise. You can meet people in the care homes, for example, by seeing them face to face. They can see you face to face rather than be on the telephone where they can't see you. There's no interaction going on there. For example, obviously you need to pick the right times, which is normally between, say, for a couple of hours, 2 to 4:30, for example, before they start doing handover, for example. And like I said, there was one client who followed what I did, what I asked them to do. They went out and visited rather than be on the phone 7 days, sorry, not 7 days a week, 5 days a week. They went out and switched it around, and they got some interactions as well. And it works really well for them as well. So I just wanted to point it out. It does, if you follow, it does work. Okay, but you've got to go there, don't go there empty-handed. You've got to go there with a pitch. You've got to think about what you're going to say. You've got to have a presentation pack. You've got to think about how you're going to introduce yourself, because you've got to get past that gatekeeper, because they're there to stop you, even though it's going to help the organization. Okay, so think about what is it you're going to say, how are you going to approach them, how will they get to use your services. So like I said, I've got the searches here. I'm going to look at, I'm not going to go to ones that are outstanding, because I don't think they need staff members. I'm going to look at the ones, first of all, that are inadequate and requires improvement. I'm not going to go to the ones that are not rated, because they've probably got that, they probably don't need staff members at the moment. So I'm going to go to the ones that I feel is urgent. So I'd look at the ones that requires improvement and inadequate. So I'm going to tick this. I'm going to tick that. So as I've ticked those two, it then narrows down my results to 360. Now I would look at calling these as well as visiting. So once you have got your results, can everyone see my screen fine? Good. Once you've got these results, then you scroll down to the bottom, because you're following, you're doing this with me. Scroll down to the bottom, and then you'll see download the results as a spreadsheet. You then click that, and then it downloads to your computer as a CSV file. Once you've done that, you then open the document, and then I'm going to do a new share so that you can see what I'm showing you. So you open the document, and then you get this spreadsheet with a lot of data on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the cells. There's the telephone numbers on there for you to ring them. You will need to go onto their websites to get emails, addresses, for example. But also you're going to look at this as a possibility for you to go out and visit them, but make sure that you go with some content. Don't go there with empty and a business card and a flyer and think that they're going to use your services just like that, because sometimes it can happen, but you want to go with a professional approach. You want to dress appropriately, make sure that you have got, like, for example, a folder file with the information about the company, what you do, what your services are. Use a presentation folder to put your content in with your business card as well. Okay, So make sure that you go with something in your hand. Okay, because you don't want to sort of go there, then they answer the door, then you think, oh, what do I say? And then you've lost the sale. Okay, you want to think about, and you need to practice before you go jumping into something. You need to practice what your script is, telephone script, what your content is going to be, your pitch to an organization. That's important. You've got to also look at what it is that you're going to say once you see the gatekeeper, the person that comes to the door. Look at introducing yourself and look at what their name is and calling them by their first name, for example. So now you've got the database. Going to create the spreadsheet. Just move this slightly up so I can see. And what you want to do is color code this so that you know what to do Monday to Friday. So first of all, if you've got a long list, then you should be doing say 200 calls a day. I know that seems a lot, but out of that 200, you're going to get probably 60% where they haven't picked up the phone. So that's why I say 200 calls. 40% should be where you're having phone call conversations, or you're leaving a message, for example, or you're sending an email about what your services are. Okay, so I'm now going to color code this. I've highlighted, and I'm going to use colors that I want to. So I'm going to create a Monday zone, and this will be red. I'm then going to cut the red zone, and I'm going to create a new tab. I'm going to rename the tab where it says sheet 1. I'm going to need to rename this Monday. And I've named it Monday Red Zone. Hopefully you're following along with that. I cut out the red zone that I highlighted and put it into a new tab on the spreadsheet, and I then called it Monday Red Zone. I'm then going to create another tab, and I'm going to create this so it's Tuesday. No point ringing at the weekend. Tuesday Yellow Zone, because you want to be able to speak with the care manager or the senior staff member, person that's in charge, that is able to say yes, use your services, for example. So I'm now going to highlight the next data that I've got, and hopefully you're following along like what I'm doing here. And I said, like I said, yellow zone. So I'm going to make this yellow. Then I'm going to cut from the data tab, and then I'm going to paste it into the yellow zone tab. And then I will then do the same, for example, and this will be Wednesday zone. If my team can please go to the group page and explain to them that I wasn't able to go live on the group page for whatever reason, technical issue, I will look into that. And if you can let them know that we are going live on the company page, just so that they're aware. I'm going to rename the tab, and I'm going to call that Wednesday. And I'm going to call this the blue zone. I'm going to make this blue. And then I'm then going to cut and put it into Wednesday, the blue zone tab that I created. Just going to paste it in there. So you want to do that Monday to Friday. You want to get all your data so that eventually you've got all the different zones. And what I would also suggest, like what I did and my clients, what I suggest to them is you get a map You know, like in the estate agents where they've got a huge map on the wall, you should do the same in your business, and then you can get the pins and then you can color code them according to the zones that you are covering. So that's how you build a database for care homes, for example.